Spirit is coming through with a very instructive message. I got 4 instructions for you, 4 messages of guidance regarding a vision that you have, that you are crystallizing, that you are moving into. Maybe some of you are already in the vision, the prophecy that you had for yourself. Others of you have this prophecy, or you have this foresight in what's about to unfold in the future, and you're moving towards it. Depends on where you are in the timeline. But the message that's coming through and the instructions related is that hold on to this vision. It's important, and you're right, it can become a reality, but loosen your grip. Don't clench on so hard to the prophecy that you've been given, or the download you've received, or how you see things folding out, unfolding into the future. Because it feels like if you hold too tightly to a specific way something might manifest, or you want it to manifest, or you want everything to work out just so, then you might miss a better opportunity that wants to come through, or a different way of this whole vision taking shape. So the card that came out after I got your instructions, and there's 4 specific instructions, was prophecy number 33. And it says, how might you hold a vision lightly? The first message I got, the first instruction is don't let a minor setback become a full-on blowback. And what I'm getting with this whole combination of energy and messages is that you are going to experience a minor setback when it comes to this unfolding, to this manifestation, whatever it's about for you. Love, work, partnership, business, self-development, self-improvement, spiritual growth, whatever it is, collective growth. There's a minor setback. But it's just minor. You are free to interpret this setback as a minor blip, okay? If you choose to make it something much larger than it needs to be, it will turn into a full-on blowback. And when I say blowback, I'm picturing like someone opened a door and all the fire comes out. You know, it was nicely contained in there. What do they call that? Backdraft. And you open the door, give it oxygen, and all the fire comes at you. So it feels like you could turn a small situation, maybe a small 5 of Wands type situation, into a full-on tower, depending on how you interpret this setback. And Spirit's telling you there's no need for it to get catastrophic. There's no need for calamity. There's no need for that, okay? I'm hearing calamity corners, and I'm seeing a compass. Maybe it feels like every which direction you move in, there's something like, oh my God, this is not what I wanted it to be, or something new pops up and it's creating new interference. But Spirit's saying it's not a disaster. It's not a disaster zone. It may look like it, but it's actually an improvement in the situation. This setback is allowing something else to happen, okay? So the second instructions, or a guided message, but they feel like instructions, is for you. You've lit the fire, now tend to it. And this also goes back to this backdraft image. It's like you started a fire, but maybe you just shut the door, walked away and like let it go crazy. And now if you were to open the door, it'd be like all up in your face. So there's something like, if you're going to light a fire, if you're going to start a passion, if you're going to take an action, if you're going to do something, if you're going to try to manifest something outwardly, you have to tend to it. And I'm hearing this goes with everything, your words as well. If you put something out into the universe, tend to it. Don't just light a match and walk away and hope nothing sets on fire, or that whatever sets on fire can be easily put out or contained, because that's not the case. You need to tend to your passion. You need to tend to your vision. You need to make sure it has everything it needs, the right amount of oxygen, the right amount of kindling and wood and all of that stuff, the right container for it. Okay? Yeah, and I'm seeing like this wind come through, and it's like the fire goes out, and maybe that's the setback, but there's still embers there that you could work with, that you could blow on. And I'm seeing you blow your spirit onto this fire that you've created. Okay, and it will pipe back up. The third instruction is stand your ground while picking up each foot and moving forward. So whatever challenges you come up across, and I feel like you will, they could be challenges with other people or with yourself, or just with energy in general. We are in Mercury retrograde. I don't always feel it. Like, it doesn't really have an effect on me always, but this one, oh my God, it's a big one. It's a doozy. Okay, so maybe it's about energy for you. But you need to stand your ground. Meaning maybe you've created some boundaries and you need to keep those boundaries. Or maybe you have a certain viewpoint and perspective and you need to stay true to that. Now, again, don't clench your fists around your own perspective. Allow your grip to loosen so other ideas can come through and you can consider alternatives, but don't be a total pushover either. Okay, I'm not saying you are, but there is something here where you might feel the need to be generous or the need to back down from a position that you have because now there's a setback and maybe you should change something. And maybe you should change something, but not 100%. There's like a core value here, a core column of energy that it must remain intact in this whole situation. And I believe that's the fire that you lit, your desire, what you want. Self-preservation, I'm hearing. Okay, I hope this makes sense. It's kind of all over the place, but we'll see where we go. And then, so stand your ground and then pick up your foot and move forward at the same time. So don't get all, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not, don't get all saucy like that and stubborn. Continue to walk forward while standing your ground. You may need to stop every couple steps, every little bit you get further on your journey. You may need to take a pause and reassess, like, wait, is this still working for me? Is this still true to my soul? Or all my boundaries is still intact? Okay, a couple more steps. And so on. Okay, so it's about forward momentum while standing your ground. And then the last instruction I got is catch yourself before you fall. And this feels like somebody here, it might not be for all of you, probably the majority if it's coming through here in one of the 4 instructions, is that, again, you might backtrack on something. You might fall for something. You might decide to pull the rug out from your own feet, maybe to accommodate someone else or to make something easier for someone else, or maybe what you're moving towards and what you're doing is frustrating and it's tough, and now you're second guessing whether you should be doing this at all, and you're about to just say screw it, and that would be like pulling the rug out from under your feet. It's like it's a shock to your soul because your soul has lit the fire. Your soul desires this, it wants this, it's moving towards it, and you're making progress. Okay, don't turn the 5 of Wands into the Tower. So let's get into the cards and see what else wants to come through for you. I got some new decks I'm very excited about, so we're going to use them. The first one is called, I don't know. I don't always say the decks. I'm sorry for that. This is the Folklore Oracle. And then there's the Dream Song Oracle and the Heavenly Soul Tarot and the Citadel Fantasy Oracle. I'm using a few. And the 5 Cent Tarot. There could be something about listing off your tools, what you're working with, cataloging something. Okay, I have this, I have that, and that's what I'm working with. It seems like that will help you, actually, and might help someone else, too. This is my role in the situation, or this is what I'm bringing into the situation. These are the definitions of what these things mean to me, just so you know. It feels like that. Does that make sense? I saw 9 on the clock. Okay, let's see the energy supporting you that is within you. Energy supporting you. There we are. We have unfurl the wings of forgiveness. Have you been harsh with someone? Yourself? Whatever harshness you've had, or perhaps you were reactive around something, there's an energy within you that is expanding in consciousness, and that energy is one of forgiveness. Okay, I feel like there's some kind of compassion or empathy or understanding you have. And if you bring that compassion and understanding to this situation in which you're experiencing a setback, that will allow you to interpret everything that's happening as not a big deal. Okay, so maybe someone forgets to do something, and rather than reaming them out, you say, no big deal. Okay, or someone lets you down and disappoints you. And rather than saying, this is it, it's over, it's a catastrophe, you say, I'm not happy about that. I'm going to say it, but all in all, it's okay. Don't do it again. Or I understand where you're coming from. Let's move on. You know, there's something like that going on. Now, if someone's royally screwing you over and this advice doesn't feel like it fits, then maybe it's not about that situation. It could be about something else, like self-forgiveness, or maybe it's not your message. So take it the way it makes sense to you, okay? Or not. Let's see. What's the energy supporting you outside of yourself? I'm hearing a little bit goes a long way. We have generosity. A little bit goes a long way. 6 of Buttons, 6 of Pentacles, sharing. Beautiful energy. And the Tower in reverse. See, this is how you bring a situation back into scale. You know, you scale it down from the Tower to the 5 of Wands. Okay, we can work with the 5 of Wands. In reverse, it says resisting change, fear of loss, close call. Yeah, and that's what this message is all about. Something's happened, and it could feel like a close call for you. And it is a kind of close call, meaning that this whole thing could have just been flushed down the toilet if the wrong interpretation or perspective was taken. Okay? Somebody, you or somebody else, is very scared of losing something. Maybe losing you, losing an opportunity. And I feel as though you are being guided to extend some generosity in the situation. Someone also may need to open up, and they will, more than is comfortable to them, in order to stop something disastrous from happening. Okay, it's like somebody here sees that something's on the line. And if they don't open up in a way that's unfamiliar to them, they could lose it all. And they do open up. They will. They'll do something here. They'll offer something. They'll be more generous with their emotions, their thoughts. Listening as well. They'll be more generous with listening. And this is why that energy of forgiveness is expanding within you, because this is a big move for this other energy. Okay, it doesn't exactly have to be that situation, but I am seeing that here. Okay, let's see. The energy inside of you that comes from within, that is challenging you fiercely. I'm hearing challenging you fiercely. Garden the heart. Tend to the fire. Tend to the garden. Tend to your heart. Stand your ground but move forward. Forgive but move forward. Which doesn't mean not standing your ground. Something may be unacceptable to you, and that is still remains unacceptable, even though you decide not to hold a grudge around it. Okay, garden the heart. I actually want to read this one because it is a new deck, and I want to see what they say. Let's see. It's not enough to guard and cultivate our thoughts. We may We must also pay attention to the heart's garden. Are you allowing your heart to focus on what expands your possibilities? Are you weeding out repetitive thoughts that make you feel small or ashamed? Or our emotions tell us with great simplicity and power where we are in relation to where we want to be. Make friends with all of the feelings as they show up. Allow their natural cycle of bloom and fade. Then cultivate the ones you actually want to thrive. Plant your hopes. Water your enthusiasm. Grow your love with wild abandon. Now is the time to make room for all emotions to come and go as they show up, rejecting none. Then, in your surrender, nurture the ones that reflect your great worthiness. This is the path to true love, with self, with other, with life. So, intense emotions may arise because of this setback that you experience. And Spirit's saying, well, they don't want you to turn it into a tower moment. You need to feel what comes up for you, because those feelings have information in them. It's not just that they're valid, they are. But there's also information in your feelings telling you what scares you, what surprises you, what disappoints you, what enlivens you, what supports you, and what doesn't. Okay, so when the setback happens, I'm going to ask more about what that looks like for you, but Spirit's saying, whatever feelings come up, that's good. It's good, actually, even if the feelings feel icky and nasty. They're good that now, it's like everything is on the table now for you. How you feel about something truly. Perhaps there was something murky in this situation where you hadn't really established how you felt about something. And this setback allowed you to really get clear with yourself about how you feel and what's really going on. It gives you more power in this situation, truly. So let's see outside of yourself what the big challenge is. Outside of yourself. Outside of yourself, collective. What's the big challenge here? We have the Magician, master of skill, resourcefulness, concentration, your manifestation. Well, there is something you can't control here. And perhaps you like control, or you're used to being able to control things or get them to work in your favor. But the magician, the best manifester, which you are, but the best ones know not to hold too tightly to their vision, so much so that the vision becomes suffocated. You have to allow your vision to breathe. You have to unclench your fists on what you want to happen. Loosen your grip. Allow the prophecy, allow the manifestation to take place in co-creation with the universe or with someone else's energy if this involves someone else. Don't try to master mine at all. It won't work that way. This is a mutual manifestation, a mutual creation between you and spirit, you and the world, you and the energy field, you and someone else. Give me one more for the outside challenge. Now, it could be also with Master of Skill, the Magician, someone else is trying to manipulate or control the situation. They're trying to have their say in here more than your say, and it doesn't work like that. You have to stand your ground while moving forward. We have hesitation, Two of Wands, holding back, indecision, planning, and the Magician. Yeah, this is the setback, for sure. So the setback that you're experiencing it's not only coming from within you, like something that's happening, a fear, and now you're stalled out because of your own issues. It's not that only. It's also that there's something outside of you that has really put a wrench in things. It's really throwing in something unexpected. So let's find out more. What is this setback? We have the scholar, investigation and research, and the runaway, secrets, running from problems. Well, you find something out that you didn't know. You ask more questions, you start to get more serious, you start to plan. Some of you are going to go back into a journal and have a revelation about something. And you realize that there's something that you haven't wanted to look at, or that someone else hasn't wanted to confront. It's not easy to confront whatever this is, because it changes things. The scholar and the runaway for the setback. So what have you been running from? What have you been running from? Or someone else? It's almost like something has felt off kilter for a while, but you said, no, I'm just going to move through that discomfort and keep going. And I feel like Spirit's like, you should keep going, but let's not ignore the discomfort. That emotion has arisen for a reason. Let's look at that discomfort. Accomplishment, 10 of matches, 10 of wands. Responsibility and stress, burden. Well, are you the one carrying all the weight in a situation? The emotional weight, the spiritual weight, the labor, whatever it is. Overworking, overdoing, just to accomplish this vision. You're holding all the energy yourself. Maybe something's not fairly distributed here. You want something really bad, I feel. And I feel like someone lets you down. But it's not really a letdown, is the message. It's information that you can now choose how to rejig, reconfigure how you move towards your vision. Like something gets more practical, something gets more real. And that allows you to really start moving forward. It's not just in the mind, it's not just in the emotional space. It's like all the cards are on the table, all the facts are out, all the details are here, everybody's hand is exposed, and now you're like, oh, that's an issue, that's going to be an issue, or I don't like that. But now you know what you're working with. Okay. You're going to have to confront something uncomfortable and get right with yourself about it. This is the message. Okay, so let's go into the tarot, see if we can get more details for you about what's going on. Prophecy. Now, I do want to say, because the main card that came out, the first card is prophecy, this could be something coming up for you, this setback. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. So if that's the case, actually you're at an advantage hearing this message, because Spirit's saying just like loosen up a little bit. Don't try to make something happen in a specific way. If you loosen up now, hold your ground to what you want and all that, stand your ground. But if you allow flexibility now, then it won't feel like a catastrophe when some kind of different opinion comes up or different plan comes through. Something unexpected happens. It's not going to feel like a shock because you've already allowed space for that to happen. For those of you who are in the thick of it now, it's not a disaster. It's not. I know it feels like one, but it truly isn't. And those of you who have moved past this already, well, where are you at with it? I bet you're feeling a little better. Okay, let's see. Keep tending to your fire. For those of you who have already gone through the oh no moment. Keep tending the vision, tending the fire. 6 of Cups. Yeah, you've had this vision for a long time. Is that a unicorn? How magical. Okay. This is a magical vision of yours. And it's something that maybe seemed impossible or seemed like just a fantasy. Unrealistic. But it isn't. You're holding that vision, keeping it alive. That's your overall energy, 6 of Cups. I'm going to get more information, but let's get all the cards out. Yeah, exactly. We have a bunch of cards. Okay, so the 6 of Cups for your energy. Let's find out more about this. What deck should we use to clarify, Spirit? Yeah, let's go with this one. Okay, 6 of Cups. Tell me more about collective's energy with the 6 of Cups. Hearing something about yogurt. I have no idea what that's about. Or yogi. Yoga, maybe. But I heard yogurt. Yoshi. I don't know. Let's see. 3 of Cups, friendship, community, involvement. Yeah, this does feel like it involves other people. 6 of Cups and 3 of Cups. You have a vision for a particular community or communal kind of union of some sort. Like, meaning there's more than one person involved with this. It's not just about you. There might be more people involved than you would like. But I feel like some of this energy that is involved is highly supportive of you, while others might be challenging. What else can I know about that? Their energy. 3 of Cups, 6 of Cups. A childhood friend may come back or have an influence on you right now, or serve as an example of something. What else? The World. Oh no, the Star. We already have the World out. Sorry about that. The Star. Yeah, this is the vision you've had in your soul for a long time. What kind of vision is this? What is it about? 3 of Wands. About growth. The vision is also related to how do I say that? Well, I'm seeing the 3 of Wands and the Rider-Waite, and you know how sometimes people interpret that as something coming towards you or waiting for your ships to come in, you know, all of that stuff. This vision that you've had in your soul since you were young, it has something to do with, like, I'm not going to be stuck waiting on the shore. Queen of Wands, you're going to take action. It's a vision that's related to a soul sense of empowerment. That other people around you, 3 of Cups, are not going to be able to dictate when you do something, how you do something. And so perhaps when you were younger, you did experience a lot of interference from other energies in terms of how your life unfolded. You didn't have a choice in some things as you felt it, as you saw it and experienced it. And so this feeling you have now about what you're manifesting in this vision, it's very important to you that other people don't tell you how it happens and when it happens, and other people don't throw their stuff in and cause a setback for you. But this is where growth comes in, your growth, and knowing that the vision is still yours and allowing it to transmute and transform as other energies introduce their own conflicts into the situation. Maybe you have, let's simplify this. Maybe you have a vision of like true love. Okay, maybe that's all you care about is finding your soulmate, being with your soulmate, you know, all of this stuff. That's what you want to move towards. And you want it done a certain way. You want this person to be a certain type of person, or you want your relationship to move in this kind of direction on this timeline. And now the other person is going through something, or maybe they've pulled back their energy, or something weird is going on, and you're turning it into a huge catastrophe for your vision of true love. And it could be the case that this is just a blip in your relationship or in the experience, or maybe this is not the right person, but it doesn't mean your vision of love isn't still something that's happening. Hold your vision, but just loosely. Don't put such stringent stipulations around what you want. I mean, have standards, but allow the unexpected to come through. Maybe there's something you want, but you haven't named it yet, and you need to open that space for it to come through, and you'll only know that you wanted it once it arrives. For others of you, this could be a job, it could be moving, it could be anything, really. Okay, so what you don't see coming is the Death card, the transformation in the situation. Just like actual mortality and death, you can't destroy energy, right? Nothing ever fully ends as if it never existed and as if it has no afterlife. Everything changes, transmutes, turns into something else. And that's what's happening in your vision. There's a transmutation taking place. Something's being adjusted for your own growth and probably for the betterment of the whole vision that you have. Because Spirit's supporting this transition, this particular setback. They're saying, don't let it become a full-on blowback. Keep tending to your fires. Move forward while standing your ground. Catch yourself before you fall. You know, like, and I'm picturing those people in the Rider-Waite falling out of the tower. It's like, hold on, this is the tower. It's not a tower. Catch yourself. Okay? So let's learn more about the death energy for what you don't see coming. The transformation. Now, there could be some kind of ending to a certain aspect of this vision that happens. Let's see. What is this? Tell me more. Give me the deets. What's the 411, Spirit? Maybe that's a number for someone. Inspiration. Ace of matches. Ace of wands. Beautiful. Potential. Judgment. Awakening. Epiphany. Yes. Calling. In the up. All of these are in the upright, except the 10 of swords, which is good. Finality. Finality and regeneration. Then we have this porcupine. It's reminding me of like a reel I saw not too long ago. This guy goes up to a porcupine. I don't know why, because he's dumb, I guess. He goes up to the porcupine and it throws its quills at him and he gets hurt. It's like, duh, what did you think was going to happen? It's a freaking porcupine. You think just because you're bigger in size, it can't hurt you? So this is a message here for someone. You could be the porcupine. You could have quills to throw. And maybe you should be careful. Do you need to throw those quills or not? Now, the 10 of Swords is a painful ending, a difficult ending. And then we have attainment, but I almost read it as attachment. You're having an ending with some kind of attachment, a thought form or a person or a situation, that wasn't really great for you. Let's see. And it could be painful for someone else, if not you. Knight of Buttons, patience, tenacity. Knight of Pentacles, this armadillo, also a protective animal, right? It can curl up into a ball. At least it looks like, maybe it's a kimono dragon. I don't know, but I saw it as an armadillo at first. Okay, there's a lot going on here. A transformation, the setback, creates new potential in the situation and revision of the fire that you started. There's something going on here. You need to add some more wood to the fire. You maybe need to take some wood away. This is a huge moment of like, I understand now. I understand my place in this. Any things that were hidden in this situation, or you felt like you didn't really know what was going on, it's going to be all put out there for you. Some of it's going to be difficult to look at. But Spirit is calling for your patience and unfurling your wings of forgiveness so that you can keep moving forward despite what happens, and let things go that need to go. Things you were holding on to that you thought were absolutely had to happen for this dream to become a reality, because some of it does not need to happen that way at all. And if something is leaving your life for their own choosing, show them generosity, meaning let them go. Be generous that they've made that decision, and you're not going to interfere with their karma, with the cause and effect of their decision. Some of you are going to put an end to something, and you're going to do it quite compassionately, kindly, beautifully, even though it's hurtful and it's hard and it's difficult. You've matured out of this whole setback. Page of Swords for your opportunity. Well, this is to see what comes up, the information that comes up in your emotions, as well as whatever happens here. And I think for a lot of you, it is about this 10 of Wands, that there's a realization that you've been carrying all the weight with something. Maybe you didn't want to really admit that or see that. You can pull back. That's the gift here. Spirit's saying, if it feels really hard on you and it's not right for you to be holding all the wands in the situation when someone else is over there empty-handed and they could help you out, then drop some of those wands. You know, because it's almost this feeling like the other energy's like, no, collective, carry all 10 wands for me, please. I want all 10 wands. And you're like, I can't. If you're not going to carry any, I'm going to drop at least 5. The conflict, right? 5 wands. We're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to deal with the conflict that happens from me not carrying all 10 wands. You see? Page of Swords, more information. Well, I started shuffling. Let's see. 3 of Cups again. And the 4 of Cups. Well, this is showing me, I don't know which way it's going, but there's somebody who does not want, is not cooperative. 4 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. You see this person? They're watching all these other people dance in a circle. And what's really interesting about this 3 of Cups is there's actually 4 people in the card. So it's as if maybe they are thinking about themselves. They're in here too, dancing around, and they're thinking, I don't want to be dancing around in this circle. I don't want to be doing this. It's like you're looking at yourself, or someone's looking at the situation like, wait, like I'm not really okay with how this is happening. Someone's not, let's see. The story in my mind of what this could possibly be is very foggy. Like I'm not really sure. Sometimes when I do a reading, I have a very particular application. Like I could see how this applies to a very specific situation. Although I could also usually see how it applies to multiple. But this one, I can't really place where this could go for you. The Hierophant. Mortality. Morality. Mortality came through again. Morality, wisdom. Someone doesn't want to follow the rules. Have you been letting someone get away with something? There's a certain way something is done because it's smart to do it that way. I don't know what that means for everyone. There could be red tape in this situation, or an issue around commitment, institutions, applications, things like that. There could be an issue. Too many people involved, or too many people want to have their say of what happens. It's almost giving me like group project vibes, but like one person isn't doing the work. The Four of Cups here, they're just like, I'll just get the grade. I'm not going to do the work. That's the challenge. That's the setback. Somebody's not, there's a lot of people involved, or a lot of energies. You know, maybe it's different aspects of different people, like their shadow, their inner child, a whole bunch of energies are involved that in that sense. But I feel like for a lot of you, there's other people involved here, a lot of people. And it's almost like they're trying to work together. The enchanter, deception, trickery. But there's one that, I don't know, they're suspicious, or they've done something that isn't completely transparent and honest. That comes out, though. 100%, that's the setback. It's out. Okay, Wheel of Fortune for the challenge. Did I say that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Wheel of Fortune is the challenge. Sorry, I have to cover the ladies here. We have the moon in the middle of the Wheel of Fortune, the emotions, the hidden, the mystery, the shadow, the intuition, and the magic. Well, this is the change of plans. Change of plans. Maybe that's the title of this. There's a change of plans. Doesn't mean the prophecy wasn't right. It's just a change in it. And that's challenging you. The Hangman in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse. It says resistance and dysfunction. Yeah, I feel like I'm hearing beating a dead horse. I hate that saying, but that's what I'm getting. I think you got the message here already. So is there new information that can come through right now, Spirit? I feel like I covered a lot. Oh, the stalling. It says stalling on this card. This doesn't have to stall everything. Let's move into your advice, because I feel like we've talked about how challenging this is. There's some energy I'm picking up on where I don't want to belabor the challenge too much, because that's the whole point of the message, right? It's like not to get stuck there. To see what comes up, to see the information, to see it for what it is, but not to just give up. Okay? The world, or get obsessed with the downfall or the challenge. The world for your advice. I feel like this is a full closing out of the things that didn't make sense. You know, all those little, yeah, but I don't really know about this. They haven't really told me. They haven't given me the answer. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things left hanging in the air. That's the energy. Things were left hanging in the air. And now that is done. We have all the pieces. We see all there is to see in this situation, in the world of this situation. So the uncertainty ends. That's for sure. And it's decision time. And that's what feels uncomfortable, because you need to make a decision to change the plan, to change your perspective, to change your interpretation, or to change the players involved. Okay, so I'm going to move to the outcome. We have Ace of Wands again. The Hierophant again. Seven of Wands. Oh, I saw a stag today. There it is. There's one crossing in the back. Seven of Wands and Eight of Wands. Look, Seven of Wands and Eight of Wands. What is this? Hold your ground, but pick up your feet and keep moving forward. There's your unicorn. Well, it's a Pegasus, but kind of like your unicorn from the Six of Cups. The vision. You hold your vision. The Hierophant and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I do feel like that. I feel like the Hierophant is supporting for you. It's a supportive energy. It's like there's some kind of offer, opportunity, or structure, or tradition, or a certain way something has been done, some like cemented wisdom that you could go to for support, or that will help make sense of something for you. Let me read the Hierophant card, actually. I feel very called to that energy in your reading. And it's not, even though Hierophant rules Taurus and I'm a Taurus, I don't usually like have this super resonating feeling with the Hierophant card, but I do in your reading. It feels very like the most powerful card that's come out. Okay. Spiritual wisdom, conformity, tradition, institutions. The Hierophant refers to the traditional values and conventional institutions. It can portray religion, commitment, marriage, and your belief system. This card encourages you to entrust yourself and your situation to the guidance of a trusted source. Before you come up with your own innovative ideas, you need to stick to a certain set of doctrines, teachings, or existing spiritual principles to create the best results. Spiritual principles, forgiveness, compassion, generosity, ascension, boundaries, standing your ground, holding your vision, tending to the fire, allowing a painful ending to become a rebirth and a transition. It's all here. I feel like Spirit is definitely guiding you. But that guidance that you're receiving is a little bit different from what you imagined would happen. All right, I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.